Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we're getting into a variety of topics, but this first topic, let's talk about the truth about Tesla leasing. And really don't make this mistake. And I'm going to give you everything that you need to know if you're going to be going down the route of trying to get the lowest payment for your Tesla. There are some things you need to be aware about, like extra fees and also what could be happening at the end of it. So we're going to take a look at that plus a variety of topics. But before we do that, let's roll that intro really quick. All right, so thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla deal hacking, as I like to call it. And if you've got a question or if you want to support the channel, you can do that on my Patreon group down below in the description. Today's live stream is partnered with Jowa, where you can get your accessories for all your Tesla vehicles, including the new Model Y Juniper, but more on that later. So you might be wondering, like, how can you get the lowest monthly payment on a Tesla? And that simply is going to be through Tesla leasing. Like right now, the Model 3 has a $349 a month payment with $1,000 down. Last month, it was zero down, or it's zero down at $349. It was $1,000 at $299 last month. And so if you're looking to get your feet wet with a Tesla, you don't want to sign up for a long-term commitment, a Tesla lease is going to be a very viable situation. And even like looking at like the Model Y right now, the lease for the all-wheel drive is $499 a month with $1,000 down. I think that's okay. It could get a lot better. It was actually a lot worse, but certainly it is pretty interesting. And the couple things you need to be aware about on the front end is that when you do a Tesla lease, it actually is going to be a easier credit approval versus buying, because you're still financing the whole purchase, but leasing is a lower monthly payment. So they look at your debt to income ratio with monthly payments. And of course, leasing is going to be a lower monthly payment. So that is something like if you're brand new to this, you might consider leasing just to be able to get approved for a Tesla vehicle. The other thing is that there are some extra fees with leasing that are looped in to the purchase or leasing of a Tesla. Like right now, there is an acquisition fee of $695 plus the disposition fee, or plus the destination fee and other things. And when you're done with the lease, if you do not get another Tesla lease, there is a $395 disposition fee. If you get another lease, then it's waived. And sometimes we've even seen other promotions on top of that, like maybe waived payments at the end or wear and tear credit. And we'll talk about wear and tear credit in a little bit more, because certainly when you turn in a lease at the end, it is not your vehicle. You're kind of returning it back to Tesla. So if there was any accidents on it that was repaired or a bad Carfax, that's kind of the benefit with leasing. You wipe your hands clean, give it back to Tesla clean, give it back to Tesla, and then they deal with the depreciation of the vehicle. But you still have to bring the vehicle back in at least a respectable condition. It can't be really damaged. It has to have a decent amount of tires. And here is kind of like the process. If you're wondering how it actually works out, it's really cool is that you can start the lease return process within the Tesla app, and you can see they want like tire tread depth, clear pictures of the vehicle, clean exterior and an interior, because they really want to see like, is there any damages that they might have to charge on top of that. And certainly there could be, pros and cons with this. If you search like Tesla leasing nightmare, I feel like there was a lot of posts in the past, like 3 to 4 years before a lot of this. And the thing with this is like, this is the same with any leasing company, whether it's a Honda to BMW to Mercedes, you do have to bring it up in a certain respectable condition or a certain level of condition. If there is damage, then they could ding you, or they could, try and consider on a different level. But like take this one, for instance, where certainly this person was turning in a lease and they really thought there was going to be a ton of billing and everything, but actually they got a zero wear and tear charge, when actually some of this actually doesn't look too bad. But if it was like on a body panel damage, like, okay, there's a little scratch right here, I would imagine they would ding it for like, ding it for a couple $100, but they did not at all. So very interesting to see this. very, you definitely need to be aware about it. Like if you are not getting another Tesla after that, then Tesla could look to maybe charge some of these different things. It's kind of case by case scenario, case by case basis. I mean, the one thing is for sure, some of these vehicles do end up in their used car fleet. And so they kind of just resell them, recondition them, and then move on to the next thing. But certainly, definitely very interesting. Let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. If you got any questions about that, drop it down below in the comments about Tesla leasing, and or if you've had experience with this with Tesla leasing or any other manufacturer leasing, you can chime in and add some more clarity to people that might be confused about what is going on. Now that you've bought your Tesla or you're about to buy your Tesla, did you know that it comes with 0 accessories? Seriously, not even a phone mount. But don't worry, we've got you covered. In my opinion, there's a few must-haves that every Tesla owner should get, like a phone mount so your phone doesn't fly off during acceleration, a center console organizer because without it, you're going to lose a bunch of stuff, and my newest favorite, an invisible underscreen station mount from Jowa, a great place to store sunglasses. And all of these accessories plus more you can get from our partner Jowa. And you know these accessories are good because I actually use all of their stuff. And if you use our promo code down below in the description, you can save some money and support the channel as well. But Jowa doesn't stop at just the basics. They've got a wireless game controller that fits perfectly in the glove box, a portable air compressor for peace of mind on those long road trips, and even an electric scooter, because why walk from the superchargers or level 2 chargers? So not only will you save some money by using our promo code down below in the description, you can also get free shipping on orders over $120. So definitely check it out, link down below in the description. Thank you to Jowa for partnering with us on this channel, and let's get on to the next topic. And going back to the leasing thing, if you're worried about, damages on the vehicle, whether you're owning vehicle or leasing, definitely don't forget we've partnered with Tesbros as well, who really sells a bunch of DIY PPF kits that can save you thousands by doing it yourself. And PPI or PPF is paint protection film kits, where it's basically a film that goes onto your vehicle. You can install it yourself and it protects your vehicle, which is kind of worth it. Like even if you're leasing or maybe if you're considering keeping the vehicle for long term. And if you do it DIY and buy the kit, of course, definitely check out the link down below in the description or use promo code Dennis to save some money as well. But very, very good way to protect the vehicle, whether you're owning it for a long term period or not. Oren, thanks for coming in. JD Ray, thanks for coming in. Lucio, great to see you. Mike Z, thanks for coming in as well. Thank you for supporting. Thanks for hitting the like button, the comments, and everything. Thinking about dumping my 2023 Model Y Performance just to lease a Model 3 rear-wheel drive to save some money. My APR was 5%, but this 0 down is looking great. Yeah, the Model 3 lease, the Model 3, the cheap one for $349 a month is a fantastic deal. And as long as you're not losing too much money on your performance, but you kind of are going from like top of the line Model Y down to the base version. So, definitely keep an eye, have that in your mind as well, because you're going from like a vehicle that has the arguably better sound system down to one that has the base sound system. So certainly very interesting. Lucio, the title caught my eye, waiting on the Model 3 Pro delivery date to be sent to me. If you lease it but tint the windows or any PPF, do they ding you for that? Yes, tint. I've heard people, they had to remove it, but it's kind of case by case as well. What you could do at the end of it, like when you're at the lease turn in, you could send the pictures and everything. And if they say, hey, you got to remove that tint, then go ahead and do it. But PPF, I bet they wouldn't, especially if you're going to clear PPF, and especially if you're doing a DIY through Tesbros or something like that, they're definitely not going to be able to see it. And I think you'll be okay, because when you do a DIY, you're not paying thousands of dollars for it, especially if you use promo code Dennis down below in the description. It could be definitely worth it. Did you say the 0 down is ending for the Model 3? It's interesting. They do have limited time offer on the Model 3 lease, but none of the offers have a end date besides like the Model Y lease, of course, and the Model Y 1.99. Besides that, the Model 3 lease does not have an end date on it as well. So very interesting to see that. Great question. If you're allowed to tint, technically you're not allowed to, but it's case by case. And so I, for one, even if I'm owning the vehicle 2 to 3 years, I'm definitely tinting it no matter what, especially in a place like California, Arizona, Texas, Florida, places where it gets super, Nevada, places where the sun is super crazy. I would never own a vehicle without tinting it because it's just worth it for that comfortability aspect and also the UV ray protection and everything. Mike, want the Model Y, but waiting to see what the performance looks like before making a decision. Is PPF really necessary? First, Tesla. I would say if you, I mean, it depends on how much you're paying for it. Like if you're going to shops and paying three, four, $5,000 for PPF, maybe not worth it. If you're DIYing it yourself through like Tesbro PPF kit, and of course use promo code Dennis down below in the description, it definitely could be worth it if you got the time and handy. I mean, they make it super easy with the kit now these days. They give you all the tools you need. It's already pre-cut, and you just kind of just throw it on and work with them to. They give you all the videos and everything. So I would definitely try and take a stab at it if you wanted to save some costs. Citizen, when I ran the numbers in Tesla's site calculator, adding in the extra taxes and fees, seems like the money factor for the Model Y Juniper rear-wheel drive is lower now after both rear-wheel drive and all-wheel drive starts at $1,000 down. Yeah, I'm still waiting. We've got a special Tesla rep that gives us the money factor for the Model Ys. Still waiting for them to get back into work, and then we can get the new interest rate. But we do try and keep the different interest rates on our Tesla lease tracker here. And before it was 9.5 and 10.3, but I bet that has come down a bit because now they've lowered it about $2,000 for the down payment. So I bet they just reduced the money factor, or maybe they reduced it on something else. Keith, when is the Model Y performance expected? I would say in the next month or two. I bet we see some sort of announcement for the Model Y performance, maybe even June 17th, because, you know, they did add a June 16th end date for the Model Y 0% and the leasing. So maybe that's going to be the time frame for it. In this next topic, the Tesla Model X refresh, I would say, is a disappointment, unless Tesla might be doing a different strategy with this Model X, and it might get me excited. So you might have been seeing all these different pictures that we've been talking about of this Model X refresh that's been spotted, and the Model S as well. New rims, maybe an LED ambient lighting on the interior, and also a new color, this steel blue, which I kind of like as well. I could definitely get on board with it, and on top of that, a front camera to go with it and the ambient lighting. But there's a bunch of things that are covered right here in the middle. And so this leads me to believe that there is maybe a feature that we can't see, and that might be their big hero shining star feature of the new Model S and the Model X. We'll need to wait and see. But I really feel like, and this is, it feels like to be the sentiment of the Model X and Model S, is that it's not that exciting, and I don't feel like I'm going to be. I mean, we got to see when it actually comes out. It seems like a bunch of little small updates, pretty much the MO for Tesla at this point. But, or is this the new strategy for Tesla? Are they going in this more affordable type of time frame, or more affordable type of strategy with the Model X? And will this come with a price reduction, like maybe $69,990, $10,000 less than the current price, or maybe $15,000 or even $30,000 down to like $59,990? Because if that's the case, then that will definitely be more exciting for more people to be able to get into Model X. Like, would you buy a Model Y, or would you buy like a Model X for $10,000, $15,000 more, which is arguably a more of a vehicle with air suspension and everything with a third row? But definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. Are you interested in the Model X refresh or the Model S refresh? Is it exciting you? Is it exciting you with all the different features, or are you kind of in the same boat that I am, where it's kind of a little bit boring at this point? But one thing's for sure, if you're buying a new Tesla, it does not come with this, and that's a set of all-weather floor mats. My favorite set so far right now is a set by 3W Liners, and I've tried all the different floor mats that are out there: 3D Mats USA, Tasmanian, and a bunch of Amazon ones, and by far, these are going to be my favorite set. I've got them in our Model X, Model 3, Model Y, and also Cybertruck as well. And if you use our promo code down below in the description, not only will you save 25% off and get a set under $100, you'll support the channel as well. So definitely check out our partner 3W Liner floor mats down below in the description, and let's get on to the next topic. Thanks for that, everyone. Where is the love for the Model X, Kai? I don't know. I mean, I guess we need to hold our judgment and wait to see when the actual features come out, because From what it appears, it does look very basic in terms of what's been upgraded, like ambient lighting, a new color, new rims. But maybe there is a hidden feature, maybe something wireless that could be coming. But even then, it's like, how exciting is that for actual use? Ivan, based on your experience, what's the minimum credit score you need to get approved for a lease? Good question. They kind of listed out on the Tesla website in terms of all the different credit scores here. You basically have to get like a 650 to 700 plus, and if it's any lower, then you'll probably have to be able to put a lot of money down. So you can see here what they consider fair is 640 and lower. So I would say you need to be at least in the mid to high 600s to even be approved, or just have a lot of money down on a lease. I love the X, but the Y is much more affordable. Moments, yeah, 100%. Model Y just makes most sense. And now that the Model Y has great build quality or better build quality, a great suspension, really good full self-driving, Model Y is definitely a hit and probably one of my more favorite vehicles at the moment. Dennis, when do we expect the Refresh X to come out with the front bumper camera to come out? Do you think the Model 3 will get the front camera update at the same time? XX, I think, is in the next month. At this point, they are leaking this thing like crazy everywhere we can see it. And so I would bet it's coming out very soon in the next like month or so at this point. In terms of front bumper camera for the Model 3, I don't think it's going to be the same time. I think maybe it's going to be like a quarter 3 type of thing, or maybe even quarter 4 to try and get excitement. I'm going to do the 48-hour demo drive before buying. Great question, Moments, and we'll talk about that in just a second. Kai, I just want the X to be 5K lower so it qualifies for the tax credit. Yeah, 100%. I don't know why they did that, but certainly, you know, a brand new Model X at 72 was a pretty good price, especially if you factor in like the 5-seater or getting full self-driving for the 6-seater waiver. But when they actually took it down, very interesting. Keith, what's the best place to buy official Tesla mobile connector? Cost. New Model 3 did not come with one. Actually, we've got those for sale. If you want one, interested, send me a DM on one of my socials. It's a $240 ship for the 300 retail one. We can definitely set you up. Moments. Yes, having the tax credit on the X would help. Yeah, 100%. Bringing it down to like a 72 price point or a 72K price point would be phenomenal. In this next topic, Tesla demo drives, that 48-hour demo drive that we talked about where you could set up yourself for Cybertruck, Model Y, Model 3, maybe even Model S or Model X, has basically been sold out now. It seems like there was a ton of popularity over that. Kind of makes sense, right? And maybe a little bit of abuse as well. Yesterday, we showed someone that did like 5 48-hour test drives back to back to back. Well, Sawyer posted this. Some Tesla stores around the US are seeing a record amount of test drive signups since yesterday, specifically the 48-hour option. Some locations are booked out for the next 4 weeks with certain models. It seems like it's location dependent, so definitely take a look at that. And now Mr. Fundman posted this. Tesla no longer showing 48-hour demo drive option on the website. Was demand so high they paused it? Congrats to anybody that was able to book it. I really feel like not demand was so high, but maybe there was just a lot of multiple bookings and locations and also maybe same accounts. It was really weird that they allowed you could do one person to be able to do multiple test drives, and also like maybe not for even a bunch for the current Tesla owners. Like maybe it should be for people that don't have a Tesla yet, maybe one per each type of person, really per login account and everything. So I think they need to really rethink that before they relaunch it again. But if you are seeing that, if you go to Tesla's website and you cannot book a 48-hour demo drive, that this is the reason why, because of demand has maybe hit a certain level of it, or they're trying to reduce it because of all the different negative things that are happening with it. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. We're going to jump into the live stream comments. So congrats on buying your Tesla, or you're about to just buy your Tesla. But now here's the second most exciting part. That's accessories. And there's a ton of accessories out there, probably even way too much. And I try and bucket it into the top 3 accessories that you can get. And that's going to be phone mounts, all-weather floor mounts, and center consoles. A good set of all-weather floor mounts is probably my #1 recommendation. And I've got a bunch of links and discount codes to all the accessories that I recommend down below in the description and on our best deal spreadsheet on page 2. Check out this one from Jawa that we use on all of our Teslas, linked down below, or their center console, which I also use on all of our Teslas as well. A must-have because Tesla doesn't come with a center console. But my #1 accessory I recommend is going to be all-weather floor mats, and I bucket it from 3 different options: good, better, and best. The good ones are going to be the ones that you find on Amazon. Better is going to be the ones from like Tasmanian. But my favorite, all-time favorite that we have on our Model X and Model 3 Performance currently is going to be a set of all-weather floor mats by 3W Liners. If you use our promo code down below in the description, you'll find that the price of these floor mats are pretty in line with some of the other ones at a much higher quality material. So thank you to everybody that's used our links to support the channel, and let's get on to the next topic. Thanks to everyone. JG, I'm going to gamble and wait to see if they do 0% APR on the Model Y. I would say, JG, high chance of that, but not in the next like month or two. It's going to be like a Q3. Definitely, I would say by Q4. Like if I was a betting man, I would definitely put it on for Q4. Moment, 0% down and 0% APR. That would be sick. But as time and time Tesla has shown us, when they put 0%, they do want skin in the game. So like 10 to 15% down. And that's more than likely because the bank wants that money down. They don't want to just give away nilly-nilly 0% on like the full loan plus taxes, fees, and everything. The bank wants some skin in the game, which makes sense. John, I've been waiting for the Tesla Model Y Performance. I missed the launch series. Well, actually, the launch series is in inventory, and you can find them here and there. Maybe even if you talk to a Tesla rep, they can find one for you. Just don't forget to use a Tesla referral link, just like the one down below in the description, so you can get 3 months of full self-driving added to your Tesla vehicle. But I would say you should be able to still find some launch series. You just have to message one of the reps and see if they can find you one. I reached out to Tesla today, and though they let me know if they have a launch series, demo vehicle with 931 miles for $59,390. Interesting. So is that like a $600 off discount? Doesn't seem like the great price. It is eligible for 30% federal tax credit. 30%, you mean $75,500. Get the full self-driving tow hitch, accelerating boost is stealth gray, and has helix wheels though. Thoughts? 51,890 with 1.99. I need to see the exact discount on that. Maybe you can send me a screenshot of it if they sent you the breakdown of it to see, because that looks like a $700 discount, which is okay at that point, which pretty interesting to see that Tesla has taken the launch series off of the websites. Steven, decided to place an order for a Model Y all-wheel driving, got approved for 1.99, coming from a 2021 Model Y and looking forward to a better ride. Also got the $500 loyalty credit. Interesting, Steven. So my question for you on that is that because you had a 2021 Model Y, I guess you foregoed the $2,000 2021 Model Y loyalty credit because of the 1.99. Well, congrats as well. And you should be able to get that for sure. James, just got my second Model Y 2026. Thanks for all your advice you've given. Everything went smoothly with the pickup in and out in 20 minutes. Congrats, James. Enjoy your second Model Y now. And super glad we were able to set you up with full self-driving on that second one. If anybody else is interested and is about to take delivery of a Tesla and you want full self-driving for half off, definitely send me a DM on one of my socials so that we can point you in the right direction and everything. In this next topic, Tesla competitor. This Tesla competitor has slashed prices. Is Tesla in trouble? And is this a sign for maybe Tesla to slash some prices in the US market? So of course, BYD in the China market, BYD is not here in the US, but it still has some effects across the world for Tesla, because what we've seen in the past time and time again is Tesla China will always release incentives first, like 0%. If you didn't know, 0% does exist on the Model Y right now in China. And so I would bet, and because of that, that's why I'm pretty confident we're going to see 0% in the US in the near future. But BYD had some price cuts of up to 35% for their discounts of their electric vehicles, which is definitely going to be affecting Tesla in the China market. BYD has cut its prices on 22 models up to 25% until the end of June in China. Of course, the shares of BYD plunge 8% after that, but very interesting to see. I mean, we'll start to see what happens with this in the Tesla market across, and will this affect Tesla quarterly sales? Because, the quarter does end by Q2 in June, and if that has some effects across the world, maybe we'll see some better incentives in Q3 if Tesla misses their sales targets by the end of the quarter. But let us know what your thoughts on it. Let us know what you're thinking. In this next topic, so we've got a current Cybertruck, but let's talk about the feature wish list for Cybertruck 2.0. Like if another Cybertruck was going to be a refresh or what's a new Cybertrucks are coming out, what would we want in that brand new Cybertruck? But let's take a look at it. Gregor Truck posted this after 20,000 miles of Cybertruck ownership. Here is my Cybertruck 2.0 wish list. Digital rear view mirror. Okay, I can see that. There are some aftermarket versions. 380-mile range option, hardly useful unless road tripping 1 to 2x a year. I mean, the rear-wheel drive does get close to that, but I would love to see that. I would love to see a bigger battery Cybertruck at the end. Mid-gate pass-through and roll-down rear window. I think this would be a phenomenal feature because some of the other electric trucks already have this. Rear camera cleaning. Yes, that would seems like one that they could have easily added to the rear of the Cybertruck camera, but they of course have it on the front. But very interesting to see. Bearded Tesla actually wrote decent list, but I want 450 miles. Well, here's what I actually want if I was getting another Cybertruck. I went ahead and reshared it. I would love 0% financing on the Cybertruck, and I really think that's actually coming. Free supercharging would be phenomenal, and 7,500 tax credit and a 7,500 inventory credit. I think patience is key with this. So if you're interested in buying a Cybertruck, keep waiting till the end of Q3. Maybe even next month, we might see a pivot or change for Cybertruck deals because you got to remember, they had 1.99% financing of the Cybertruck earlier this year. I think they go to 0%. It's just the only logical step. They've got 2024 Cybertrucks in stock. They got Foundation Series Cybertrucks in stock. They have 2025 Cybertrucks and what's coming soon, 2026 Cybertruck. So patience is key with this. And so let us know if you're interested in buying a Cybertruck and what deal are you waiting for at the end of the day. It is $600 off. No launch series available here in NC unless it's used only two. I guess if you're kind of shoved into a corner that way, then maybe it's worth it. I mean, I guess then you have to really ask yourself, like all the different features that you're getting with the launch series, is it worth it? Because you're telling me that it's got the cheaper rims, so that already nicks like what, $2,000 in value. I think you might be better off just getting a all-wheel drive long range and then building it yourself. Because I don't think you're actually saving too much. Like you don't need acceleration boost. I understand it's a nice to have, but I mean the 0 to 60 on the regular one is already 4.6 seconds. That's really fast. And just going to 4.1, I think we're just grasping at straws for that extra 2,000. But that's just me, and I'm not necessarily a performance junkie. Even though I love performance vehicles, it's just not like I'm not going to be using that 4 seconds 0 to 60 every single day. JD, I'm just trying to figure out all allowable discounts to stack like military or Tesla loyalty if that's the thing. I don't know if they limit those discounts, whether you can stack or not. So military plus Tesla loyalty, you can stack those. We've talked about that in the past, but you do have to verify with ID Me beforehand and then go ahead and order with the same account. Of course, everything has to match to get the loyalty. Timothy, Dennis, do you expect any changes to the price of full self-driving in the near future? Maybe some kind of promotion with the release of the robo-taxi. I think full self-driving is going to go up in price. You guys got to remember that it was like 16, 14, $20,000. It wasn't $20,000. 14. It was 12, 14, and 16. I believe. And some people think it's going to get even cheaper. I think it's going to go right back up once like Robotaxi is actually released. When people start to see ROI of the vehicle maybe going out and making money or, you know, picking up and doing their errands for them, then people are definitely going to they're definitely going to be on board to pay that higher price because it'll make sense. Post it in the Discord, Model Y channel. John, thank you for posting that. We'll take a look at it in a second. And of course, anybody's out there, we've got a super secret Discord where you can join in and ask it a bunch of questions to everybody. Or if you want to ask me questions one-on-one, we've got a Patreon group down below in the description where I do respond to all direct messages in the Patreon group. Or if you want to just support the channel as well, down below in the description. Your dog is so cute in the background. Tesla Magical. Yes, he's taking a nap. He always wants to be in here. Jill, picked up my Juniper this morning. Great experience. I love this vehicle. Congrats, Jill. Congrats on your brand new Tesla. Now, here's the second most exciting step, accessories. And of course, don't forget to check out Tesbros. If you're looking to do paint protection film, DIY yourself and save thousands, definitely check it out. Link down below in the description and use promo code Dennis to save some extra money off of your paint protection film kit. Definitely highly worth it. And, you know, certainly if you were to ask me, is paint protection film worth it for $4,000, $5,000, $6,000? Questionable. But if you're doing it yourself and paying a majority of way less cost by doing a DIY kit, it certainly could be worth it. Lewis, I'm interested in buying a Model 3. I just don't know if I should get a 2020 Model 3 or a new Model 3. Great question. It really depends on how you're paying for it. Do you like warranty or not? And also, what's the price of that 2023? And like, do you qualify for the used $4,000 tax credit? There's a ton of different follow-up questions for that after that. Robert, set up for my 48-hour demo. Can't wait. You should make a vid of new Tesla drivers on what to try during the demo. Ooh, that's a good video, Robert. Like, hey, you just did a 48 demo. Try all these different things like autopilot, full self-driving, sound system, I guess all the different doors. Yeah, that's a good one actually. Maybe I'll put that on the list. No, it has larger rims, almost 1,000 miles used. Just trying to figure out if I should wait for the performance instead. I like full self-driving and tow hitch. So the other thing with that is, John, I don't think performance in the past came with tow hitch. Like you couldn't add it. I don't know if, don't quote me on that one, but I'm pretty sure you can't do that. Maybe it would have to be like a retrofit of some sort of way. Okay, so larger rims, then I would say that maybe it could be worth it. 1.9 financing as well. Yeah, 1.99 is on all the different Model Ys, and so that certainly could make a lot of sense. Base, hey Dennis, is the $4,000 used tax credit going away soon? If so, any ETA? Waiting on buying a used Model Y Performance around September to October. Base fraud. Thanks for coming in. It appears right now, if the bill passes the Senate and is signed by Trump, right now it's only passed the House of Representatives, so basically 1 out of 3 steps, then the end date will be December 31st of this year, but we're still pretty early on. JD, thank you for the super chat. Will the monthly subscription of full self-driving go up? Moments? I would say so. It was $200 a month for full self-driving. I really feel like full self-driving is going to be going up, and that's actually, maybe we need to kind of review the pricing of full self-driving so that you can all see like how much it was before in the past and the timeframes and everything, and really maybe talk about like philosophically, if that's the right word, on all the different prices of it. But thanks for jumping in, everybody. Thanks for supporting. Thanks for hitting the like button in the comments and everything. And I'll see you guys in the next one.